Nah. What just happened?
Perfect!
Street Fighter V Arcade Edition is the first major updated version of Street Fighter V. Its cost is $39.99 for the standard edition, and is a free update for those who already own the original version. So Capcom is sticking to the original statement that you only need one version of this game.
I told you, Fat Ken, Capcom wouldn't be considering the third chance.
I swear to God, if you start that Fat Ken shit again, I will bite my own tongue off.
Bollocks, fine. I will refrain for now.
Gee, thank you.
Well, finally after a mere 2 years since the game's release, Capcom finally included arcade mode. Thank God.
Not only that, but Capcom also updated the visuals and added a second V trigger to all characters. Speaking of characters,
Bloody hell, we're starting that again?
wait, just hear me out. New V triggers, thus all characters can have two, arcade mode which we also get, challenge mode to earn fight money, and of course new music and visual. However, this does not include season 1 and 2 of DLC characters.
Wait, it doesn't?
Nope, it does not. If you own Street Fighter V, you can pay to unlock the 12 characters or earn fight money. It's not too bad. Thanks to the new challenge mode, you are given weekly missions to earn extra fight money. It's not much, but doing this in online plus the other modes like fucking survival, god, you can still technically unlock the characters for free. But online still gives a meager experience amount, so just be prepared to grind a lot of online still.
Well, that's good news. So you can come back once a week and earn the weekly fight money.
Or you could just go out and buy a copy of Street Fighter V Arcade Edition.
Why the bloody hell would you buy another copy when the update is free?
Cause of this! Haha! That's right, if you buy Street Fighter V Arcade Edition, you get Season 1 and 2 of DLC characters included. That's right, all 12.
Bollocks, you bought another copy? That cost like $60.
Nope, 40. So if you don't own a copy of Street Fighter V or you just bought it recently for a low price of $10, take that back and get this Arcade Edition. It includes all 12 DLC characters for just $40, and the game feels more complete.
Wow, I can't believe you just bought another copy of the game.
Well, I didn't buy any of the fucking DLC, and to be honest, I only earned enough fight money to unlock a few stages and 2 characters. So this is better in the long run.
Just a little sad, Dark Avatar.
What did you just say?
Bloody hell, I said Fat Ken.
Okay. To be honest, I've been wanting to come back to review this game since the story mode came out 4 months after the original game's release. You know, because I felt this review was, incomplete.
Oh, that's nice, little wanker. No regrets, right?
You keep that up, I will stop here.
Do you really have a choice?
It's not like the first time I've been tied up.
That's kinky.
Yep. Well, what I don't understand, the story mode is still a separate download from the disc. So if and when the sad day comes when the PS4 servers go down, and we know they will, we won't be able to play the story for Street Fighter V. But I digress. Actually, fuck no! The stupid story mode is 8.9 gigabytes. Son of a bitch! Well, I downloaded it and it's time to finish this game once and for all. And for those who don't want to see the story mode review and just want to get to the new stuff, I'm sure... Where did that come from?
You'll float too.
I hope so. You okay, Cammy?
Yes, just keep going.
Alright, if you say so. The story mode called The Shadow Falls begins with Nash having a dream with a talking goat. Devour.
Wow.
Well, before Nash can say what the fuck, the goat starts to melt. Looks like those 8 tabs of acid he took before his death are kicking in, because the melting sheep becomes an Aztec warrior named Nikali. But lucky enough, a soul butterfly comes and wakes Nash from his bad trip. Nash finds himself in a tomb being tended to by a woman called Helen, who is relieved to see him alive when he sees Phantom Bison and rushes out to attack. Wow, do you Street Fighter suffer from schizophrenia?
Can you stop being a twat? Schizophrenia is a serious condition.
Wow, geez, okay. Well, do you see a Phantom Bison?
Well...
Do you?
No, not a bison at least.
The bison image disappears after Nash shoots it with a double sonic boom, after which Helen instructs Nash to retrieve a piece that will help him destroy Bison from a man in a photograph. His old friend Guile, of fucking course! We then jump to Ryu and Enya asking for Dalsum's help. A quick fight later, Dalsum advises Ryu to face the Sasori no Hado instead of suppressing it. As he has, Lisa overwhelms and controls him. Necalli suddenly appears, with some of his clay melting as he stalks at Dalsum and Ryu, then goes Super Saiyan, aiming to consume their souls, and of course Ryu starts to let the Sasori no Hado consume him. But Dalsum, being the bro he is, takes a punch from Ryu and tries to calm him down. But before the fight can go any further, a black moon blocks out the sun, and Necalli runs away like a bitch, with Dalsum saying some shit about when warriors are needed, yada yada soul eater.
I'll take it from here, fat art.
What is even wrong with you? That one isn't even a word.
Up yours, you piece of rubbish. Back at Shadaloo Base, Rashid of the Turbulent Winds.
Do you really have to say his whole title?
Fine, you'll get your knickers in a pinch.
What does that even mean?
We kick some Shadaloo ass. When Rashid reassures the girl that everything's fine, Li Fen declines his rescue. Though confused, Rashid shows her a picture of a friend he's looking for, and she points him in the friend's direction. Cut to Fong stalking his most recent prey, a scientist with red hair, to a corner. And he traded to M. Bison as his enemy, and with that he disintegrates her with his poison hands. Fong picks up some of the purple dust and finds the smell of the remains even better.
Is that what purple stuff is? Human?
Purple stuff?
Yeah, I think I have some in the fridge.
We've got soda, OJ, purple stuff.
Hey, look, Sunny D!
Yes! No, we are here for this.
You take a sip first.
Bloody hell I will. I'm not putting my lips against it. You do it, Fat Ken.
Nope, I got a review to do.
Wait, don't leave me here with it.
Kill them all! Kill them all! Kill them all!
As Fong is walking back out of the corridor, Rashid runs into the area. Rashid states that he's looking for someone, while Fong laughs that he's just a tiny bit late before taking notice of the sun-shaped chess piece style item in his hand. Rashid tries to negotiate a trade, the piece for his friend. Fong instead threatens to destroy him for the piece. Of course, another fight, and Rashid collapses to the floor and Fong collects that piece, mildly upset that he only has one, before happily retreating indoors flanked by two hooded guards. And of course he doesn't finish Rashid at all. What a dumbass. This is really going to bite him in the end.
Oh, I agree. He should have turned that guy into purple stuff.
Welcome back, Cammy.
Shut it, you wanker. I'm doing the next part.
Oh, fine, gee, whatever, you Brit dyke. Go right ahead.
Inside the Kansuki estate, Karen Kansuki is telling some well-dressed journalists that her family's red spider lily satellite is monitoring an object called the Black Moon, orbiting Tokyo, while Birdie, her rotund bodyguard, gorges on a luxurious buffet meal. Ibuki, seated next to him, is initially bored until she takes notice of the CWA show playing on the big screen TV on the wall. Alex stands bored in the corner of the ring with his world champion trophy in hand, when ring announcer Don Savage, in a sequin suit and top hat, announces through a bullhorn that there will be an exhibition match. Zangief and Rainbow Mika are introduced as they acrobatically enter the ring one after the other, both in similar wrestling gear with Heat Up written on the pant sides, for a handicap match. However, the scantily clad Brazilian Laura Matsuda enters as well, objecting to the idea of a handicap match being thrilling and entering herself in the match as Alex's partner. Zangief and Mika accept this, celebrating in the ring with Laura as Alex looks on, confused.
Dead ass.
That cunt still doesn't have a better one than me.
True. Fong walks to a laboratory at the Shadaloo base and places the piece he collected from Rashid down on a tile in some sort of machine in front of a dark sphere similar to the one that eclipsed the sun in India. The scientists surrounding him report as the cycle power inside the large object increases up to 250%. Dark spear object with a golden Shadaloo skull symbol on one of its ties, because of course even in space we need a logo on a doomsday device, starts sparking with electricity, opening up. A massive shockwave bursts from it, which engulfs a satellite above New York and wipes out the city's electrical power. The TV on the wall of the Kansuki estate suddenly goes static, getting Ibuki's attention. Looking on, Karen calls on her steward, who reports on an electromagnetic pulse attack in New York. She deduces that the sphere visible in the night sky outside is a cause. Shibasaki states that one of the 7 was detonated, and also that the Red Spider Lily monitoring satellite was affected and forced to shut down. In a U.S. military base, 2 communication officers report on the situation as the Black Moon damaged several parts of New York and wiped out all communications in those areas. Thus, Gao enters and persists that a situation with missing hackers might be related. Remarking the soldier's perfect timing, Taylor turns to Gao and decides to go to New York and determine if the incidents are connected. Chun-Li steps out and offers to come with Gao, which he accepts.
The next day, Shadaloo officers are patrolling a ruined New York City as 3 of Shadaloo's 4 kings, Fang, Balrog, and Vega, stand inside the torn open First New York Bank. Fong declares the success of the As demonstration of Operation Chains. Balrog points out that only one moon has gone off. Fong reminds him that the other control keys were stolen by a programmer, at which point the three start figuring about who's to blame. The leader of the four kings, M. Bison, appears through Vortex and revels in his general strife, stating,
This is delicious!
Seeing that Bison's psycho power has gotten stronger, Fong reveals in the success of the demonstration. Bison asks for news on the other device, at which point Fong brings to the Shadaloo soldiers, stating they were made stronger by the psycho power as well. As Balrog and Vega are skeptical of the puppets, Fong offers they test them out in battle.
And finally, after 15 minutes, we get another fight. First as Vega and then Balrog. Chun-Li and Guy arrive at the scene before finally seeing Bison. Chun-Li rushes over to confront him, and Bison steps forward and engages her himself, stating that she was foolish to come here. Bison dominates this fight due to his power-up. With a burst of psycho power, Bison throws Chun-Li to the floor. Guile rushes to her aid but is intercepted by Vega. Quick fight playing as Guile. Okay, this has been bugging me. The first 6 DLC characters, Guile, Alex, Juri, Yurin, and Buki, and Balrog, are all in story mode, and you get to play as each one at least one fight. Some get 2. Why not have them part of the original launch roster? It makes no sense.
Because the bloody game was rushed.
That's one hell of a cock tease. Fuck!
I got the next part.
Be my guest.
Just as Bison steps in between the fight to finish off a barely conscious Chun-Li, Cammy White, Delta Red agent and former Shadaloo right-hand doll, dashes in and rescues the Interpol detective.
God, Cammy, make yourself look so heroic. It's not like we don't know who you are.
Some may not know.
It's still not needed.
Shove it, Doc.
Hmm?
Nothing.
Okay. Cammy and Guile retreat with Chun-Li, and Fong tries to go after them, only for Bison to stand him back.
That night, the three heroes reconvene in another devastated part of the city while briefly chastising Chun-Li, who's still injured, for completely losing her head in the earlier fight. Cammy states she was following Shadaloo since the Black Moons appeared, and according to her information, the control keys on the Black Moons were stolen from Shadaloo, so they can't activate all of them.
Cammy then pulls out a package another Interpol agent had tried to send to Chun-Li. Said agent had been attacked by Shadaloo. Taking the package, Chun-Li opens it and Guy recognizes it as being the same as one that he has in his pocket. Just then, they notice the mutilated and stitched together form of Charlie Nash walking ominously towards them. Rashid and his butler cheerfully emerge from the other side, but are ignored.
Still not convinced that his foe is really Charlie, Guile stands up and launches a sonic hurricane. Nash puts a hand up to block it, only to find he's actually absorbing the blast. While Nash wonders what's happening with his body, Rashid of the turbulent, "Sorry, I'll stop saying it."
You Street Fighters and your damn titles.
Hey, we take great pride in them.
I can see that.
Steps forward and introduces himself, engaging Chun-Li with intent to take the piece. Rebuffing a request to tell her what the pieces are, Rashid uses his wind powers to overwhelm Chun-Li. Rashid grabs Chun-Li's piece, then tries to go after Guile's, only to find out that Nash has already acquired it and started taking his leave.
And this is where I finally will admit my real peeve with this story.
Out with it already!
Clipping.
Clipping.
Clipping is when in a game or CGI movie, but mostly games, the object goes through a solid. Example is a wall. Now I know not all games are perfect and some clippings can be found in others, but Street Fighter V story mode has a lot. Mostly clothes like skirts and hair going through shoulders and legs, especially Cammy's hair. Look how her hair is sticking to her shoulder. It should be like the other braid hanging there. The worst part is when the clipping is recognized on the game and it tries to correct it and this weird bouncing / tug motion happens and becomes quite noticeable. Worst part is I replayed this scene again and it didn't happen. See, that's how it should look. Hell, even in other modes with different costuming it happens, but not as frequently as story mode.
You done now?
Yeah, I'm done.
You feel good about yourself?
No.
Why is that?
Because I'm playing this rush ass of a story mode. Fuck! Charlie then reunites with Helen and also convinces Rashid and Juri to form an alliance with him to retrieve the pieces on her stop Operation Chains after revealing that they contained the keys to control the Black Moons and were sent to certain individuals in order to prevent them from being used, while Shadaloo's objective is to use the moons to spread fear and despair around the world's populace, which is the source of Bison's psycho power, and they tend to siphon this energy in order to render him and his forces invincible. In possession of the same information, Karen summons warriors from around the globe to help gather the pieces for Shadaloo as well.
As she fends off an attack from Shadaloo's dolls, all of the warriors answer to Karen's call. You can at least say the dolls each got a unique look now.
Whatever.
Cunt. the lone exception being Ryu. Per Ken's suggestion, Ryu stays behind for a while to train further in order to keep his Setsu no Hado at bay, while Ken goes on ahead to cover for him with the warrior, and in return Ryu will show Ken the results of his training once it's complete.
As the warriors travel the world in search for the pieces, they are time and again attacked by Nikali as well as by Shadowlu's minions and dolls. In one of those fights, Cammy manages to defeat and capture her sister Capri, but knowing that she was just being brainwashed by Shadowlu, she refuses to surrender her to the police and flees with her with Joey's help instead. Bitches before hoes, am I right, Cammy?
I will purify you.
Wait, what?
I said break you. Never again!
Oh, fuck! Britt Dyke. Once gathering all remaining pieces and more allies along the way, the warriors storm Shadowlu's base and successfully manage to get past enough of Shadowlu's forces to deactivate the Black Moons. However, Fong promises one last trick up his sleeve. Can I mention, I fucking love Fong. He makes you smile and giggle. Fly like a bird. Fong threatens a young girl among the programmers that were kidnapped and forced to create the Black Moons to alter their course to have them fall on Earth instead, striking 6 main cities around the globe in 24 hours, in order to cause enough havoc to gather the psycho power. Shortly afterward, Nash encounters M. Bison in battle, but fails to defeat him due to the clear superiority of Bison's augmented psycho power, only being able to retreat when Nikali appears to try and devour Bison's soul, and is also thrown back. The heroes all retreat with Nash getting a bro/America moment.
What did I say last time?
I regret nothing. As the world is in chaos with the imminent fall of the Black Moons, Ryu returns from his training and defeats Nikali in combat, forcing the ancient god to retreat, definitely. He then joins his companions in a second attack on the Shadowlu base, for he has overcome the Setsu no Hado and has become pure. About fucking time, right, Cammy?
You know what? You can fuck right off, you cocksucker motherfucker!
Damn! Anyway, Rashid manages to stop the Black Moons completely using a hint that was meant for him, sent by his missing friend, but also discovers that she was killed by Fong long ago, much to his grief. Meanwhile, Charlie confronts M. Bison and fails to defeat him, but sacrifices himself to drain part of Bison's psycho power to weaken him, and Ryu destroys him once and for all. Chun-Li rescues the girl, but Ryu has a Street Fighter II PTSD moment and fires a Hadouken at her. Thus, Chun-Li is a shooting star. The warriors evacuate the Shadowlu base as it collapses and the brainwashed dolls recover their senses, while Rashid receives a pre-recorded message from his now deceased friend, thanking him for helping to save the world and telling him to move on with his life. During the credits, Helen, whose true name is revealed as Colleen, confides with the Master Gil, who claims that despite Bison was not destroyed the way they wanted, the time has come for their group to lead the world in order to restore its balance. In the post-credits, after having a sparring match, Ken and Ryu pondered that their road to self-improvement would never have an end. And that's Street Fighter V Cinema Story Mode. And the story mode wasn't too bad, but we all know that the game was prepared or rushed specifically for the Pro Tour. Right, Cammy?
No.
Kill
No, I won't do it.
Kill
So good. I'm out of ammo.
Kill
No, I can't do it.
That can't be good. Well, luckily, Capcom listened to its remaining loyal fan base and finally included arcade mode. You choose one of several inspired by the Street Fighter franchise. Stages, music, even the characters you can use in each is based on Street Fighter 1, 2, Alpha, 3, 4, and 5, which didn't have one at the time. It's not bad and does show it should have been included. Let's not forget the V triggers. Every character gets 2, and you know what? Some of the new ones are better than the original ones. Finally, Season 3 characters, and starting it off is Sakura, my fave. I was able to get enough fight money to lock her, and she's fun. Of course, there's a short character-specific story, and hers is no different. Hers is thinking of her future and talking to Ryu about kids.
Did she just say that?
It can't be any more obvious now. She literally might as well say, Ryu, fuck a baby into me.
Or if you could knock me up, you can have the kid as your disciple.
Fuck man, that pretty much made the fanbase's day, but this review has gone on long enough, so it's time to wrap this up.
Well, you stupid wanker. Is it better than King of Fighters 14?
It's better, way better than it was.
Than it was.
I still think King of Fighters 14 is better. It's the best.
I think that's enough, Avatar Korra. She needs to be perfect. Besides, if she didn't refuse in the first place, I wouldn't be mind-bending her anyway.
Nico is scared.
What? My method? Or the fact that you just got done watching the movie It?
Hut, hut! You'll float too.
Yeah. Zula, What about Mai?
Still escaping our grasp. She's one pesky little ninja.
Well, at least we got one. But we should get going now. We have a fated meeting with Sacred Double D's.
Lega, what about Cammy?
She's not ready yet. She still needs more time. We will leave her here with the machine at full power.
Oh, baby Saturn likes that idea.
Besides, we already got backup. Isn't that right?